How do I? So wait, how does Lawrence normally do the intro for Dude Soup?
Welcome to some sort of
Welcome
YouTube
to
number.
That song
Yeah,
plays.
YouTube number something.
I don't watch a show. So
welcome to a what is it? A ball sweaty, smelly, Gucci.
We can do our own thing. This is like Assassin's Creed.
From under
we don't
cheese.
have to follow Lawrence's plan.
All right, welcome to a beautifully combed bowl of Dude Soup.
That's good.
Lawrence is gone.
Why is there hair in the soup?
Well, I don't know. Did you window it? Yeah, don't play it windowed. Play it full screen.
Oh man. Well, I want to do it window just so we can have the ad read up in case we need to scroll.
Oh, I got it right here. It's good. But,
you do?
Yeah, either way.
Lawrence.
Lawrence is on vacation. He much needed vacation, so I'm filling in for him. So
that vacation he had right before his vacation took a real toll on him, so he had to take a vacation.
So I apologize.
Once again, Elise is not here to defend herself.
Are you criticizing Lawrence's work ethic?
I gotta read the
How
ads.
dare you, sir?
I gotta read the ads that Lawrence helped organize. All right, this podcast is brought to you by Lenovo's Game State, who are trying to include you on the game development process. This podcast is also brought to you by Mack Weldon, makers of fine underwears that will cradle whatever bits you got. And this podcast is also sponsored by Loot Crate, who wants to sell you cool boxes full of nerd shit. We'll hear more from them later. So now we can start the podcast.
Okay.
It's Dude Soup number 52.
Lawrence, where are you?
Lawrence is on a magical boat full of giant mice and pantless ducks.
It only works on trees and like
No,
organic
he has
stuff.
to discover it on his own,
Who
like a little
cares?
baby boy.
Dumb indie. Bushes. Sorry, bushes. There you go. This is anyway. So we're talking about VR, and that's why we're playing Windlands, because this is one of the mini Oculus Rift titles.
But we're not playing it
This
with
is
VR.
what Spider-Man dreams of.
That's my question for us all, guys.
What is VR?
No.
Oh.
Jeez.
Virtual reality, Bruce. It stands for virtual reality.
I wanted
How do
to
you
go.
not know this?
I wanted to go around the room and figure out who's going to buy what this year, or if any of us are going to buy any VR at all.
This year?
This year, yeah, because we got Oculus coming out.
Yeah.
It's $600 in the U.S. without the touch motion controller.
Right.
All right, so but it's only got this one little remote thing and an Xbox controller for some reason.
They partnered with Microsoft. I think it's
Yeah.
just to ensure it stays on Windows.
Well, either way, they have this whole other touch controller like the Vive does, but they sell that separately, and it comes out like 3 or 4 months later.
Yeah.
And then you also got the Vive. The pre-orders start for that February 29th, but it could be as much as $1,500, and that probably will include the motion controller. But regardless, we know VR, that's not out of the realm of possibility for a price for
Also,
VR.
the technology in the Vive
Is-
is not necessarily better, but it's more complex.
Yeah.
In that the
That's true.
setup and everything, it's not just plugging it into your computer. It's
We've done it here. Damn it.
That's a good point. Although we haven't played the new, to be fair, we haven't used the new Oculus.
We're
I haven't used the controllers at all,
we're rearranging our office right now. So one of the things we may have talked about this before, but I had to set up 2 ladders next to my desk to have these motion sensors.
The lighthouses.
And they're like these lasers where they're like, these things will give you cancer, so chill. And they're really loud and they vibrate and they need to be plugged in and they need a sync cable to run between both of them, so that you have these 2 things around you, so that you can have this space. It's between my desk and Pete's desk, so I kept running into stuff and it wasn't really good for what we wanted. And we're rearranging our office soon anyway, so
Well, to be really fair,
we will reset it up. But still, not a lot of people have that kind of room.
well, we also don't know that that's what the Vive at retail will use.
Well, they already showed a new version of it at CES that has like a camera in the front of it now.
Right. Well, so the Oculus,
the one we have is already outdated.
the new Oculus actually has a little camera that you're supposed to put on your desk, and it sees what you're doing, and it uses that for head tracking.
Yeah.
So it's got a little camera, it's got a little remote, and then obviously the new headset as well. That's for Oculus. For the Vive, we have no idea what the retail will look like. And then I don't know if anybody gives a shit about this, but PlayStation VR starts selling Q2 of 2016, and leaks are saying it could be around $800, which is again in the realm of possibility.
So my short answer to your question
Yes,
is
I want to know first, Joel, which VR will you buy?
Gamer Joel.
none this year.
None this year.
I think Joel represents a large majority of people,
Well,
our listeners.
I don't, because my reason for not buying one, which is that we're going to have at least 1, potentially 2 in the office. So I'll be able to play with them here. But based on what until I can play with the Oculus, this is going to be an incomplete answer. But based on what I've seen, I like the HTC Vive the most until HoloLens can fulfill its promise. Because some of the HoloLens stuff that
That's
they're saying...
years and years away.
I know. But
Yeah.
some of the things that they're saying that it can do seem fucking awesome, and I want them to happen.
I forget who I was just talking to, but somebody was saying that basically VR is cool, but AR is better, and that's augmented reality.
Yeah.
It's our life.
Right, exactly. So it'd be cool if we were wearing just a pair of glasses or a contact lens or something like that.
Or condom.
Or a condom. That would be an augmented reality
hat.
condom. And they were saying that's way cooler and actually more practical than VR, and I don't necessarily agree with that.
What about Google Glass?
Well,
about it?
That?
Google Glass, yeah, like that was garbage, and also, and it was like a grand experiment that Google tried and failed. But they're probably going to integrate that into some other technology and try and sell it. So,
Yeah. What you're seeing right now is the beginnings of the future, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Tesla just got a car that can summon itself or whatever. Like, we're gonna have a car that will drive itself across the country in 2 years. Like, that's crazy.
No, that's really cool.
So what you're seeing is just like the growing pains. You're seeing the early stuff, and that's the term we always use, early adopters. So I would assume, tell me if I'm wrong on any sort of social media plays, but I have a feeling a lot of people are waiting, like our viewers, they're interested in VR. They're not going to buy it. They want to see what other people do with it. That's why like Markiplier videos do so well, where you watch a person using it. It's almost more fun to watch at this point until you experience it for yourself. And then it's affordable, and then you could do something with it.
Does that mean that you're not going to be an early adopter then, Adam? Lawrence is. He's not here, but he is.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
I know Lawrence is going to buy it, but Adam, I'm actually curious to see what you would say.
So I had this conversation with James earlier this week. I've actually been trying to cut back on things in my life that I find addicting after our talk about addiction and stuff like that. And so this is kind of counterintuitive to our jobs, but I've actually cut back a lot on video games because I did a little bit of research, and it does actually affect your brain in a negative way. I still play games, honestly. Like, I play a couple games of Halo a day and stuff like that, but I've cut back significantly because there is a part of your brain that releases dopamine, and the more you use that up and you reward your brain, it kind of kills your brain. It's like people, like all the etards who just do way too much ecstasy, and then all of a sudden they can't be happy anymore. And I've been noticing that, like, I was a lot more depressed in my life and things weren't going so well, and I think that had a lot to do with my addictive personality. So my fear with VR is that I will never leave. And I don't want that to happen. With that said, though, holy shit, VR is awesome, and I might still get it.
I was going to say, which one, let's say, because all three...
I might just go to your house a lot, Bruce, and hang out there.
Oh, because am I going to buy VR?
Obviously.
Yes, you have to.
I mean, I'm not sure yet.
Maybe we can like all go in onto it together, like
lottery pool.
I was gonna say when they bought Radioactive Man issue #1, but
I've got some good news for you guys. We'll just expense it.
okay.
We'll expense it and have it in the office in the case you don't.
Okay, I might just use it for work. Yeah.
So, but personally for you, it sounds like you're not going to buy any.
I'm a little afraid of it, honestly.
Okay.
Because I've used it before, and I know kind of how scary it is. Because once you're in there, you don't really want to leave. Mm-hmm. And that was like early on when it was shitty, when it was like the barn door like screen effect. So
I think we're a long way from I think some like crazy. I think Lawrence types are going to want to.
Hold on, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
I seem to recall a certain Joel not wanting to come out of his 3D painter simulator, and then we had to tell him to come out, and he went like this. He literally went like that. So,
yeah,
unfathomable to believe that you might not want to leave that.
Yeah, but I mean, not in a way that's like, in the same way that like, if I'm in the middle of a movie, I don't want to leave a movie, or if I'm in the middle of like a painting, I don't want to like stand up because I'm in the middle of doing something, like, or if you're in the middle of a gaming session, you don't want to stand up in the middle of like, oh, you're in the middle of, a match or a game.
Joel, do you feel like a match or a game? Do you feel like you have an addictive personality?
No.
Okay, all right.
Except for, alcohol, drugs, and VR.
sex with anonymous strangers.
So it sounds like Adam's not buying anything. Joel's not buying anything. James?
Definitely not this year.
Not this year. Okay.
I'm gonna wait and see what things are coming of it. How worth it is, because like right now we've only discussed the hardware. Like at a certain point you have to also be buying the.
I'm getting there.
Products.
I'm getting there.
Okay. But like then my other thing too is that. One of the things about being married to someone who has similar interests as you is that you like to do those similar interests together.
Oh yeah, VR's not that. Yeah.
Which it could be. It could eventually be. Yeah. But you know what that means? That's like $1,600, $2,000 up front for us to hang out not together.
No, you make it a joint effort where you're always in VR and she's just spoon feeding you, so you never have to leave.
No, but then I'll have to leave because she'll want to do it. That's what I'm saying. You need someone who doesn't care. But Elise is too interested in something like that. So it would basically have to be like, we'd have to spend enough money for the rig from Lawnmower Man. Remember where he gets in the machine and he takes his lawnmower girlfriend there, and then they have VR sex, and then she dies.
Yep.
So I want that. Is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
All right. It sounds like you want a caretaker, like somebody will clean up your shit when you poop.
Yeah, which isn't going to be Elise.
Yeah, that's not gonna be Elise. She,
Till death do us part, my ass.
she,
Till VR takes us apart.
she also wants to play VR.
What we live in an age where self-driving cars are safer than the people who actually drive cars, and a world where people will be in VR and someone will die. Like, it's gonna happen.
But lots of people die playing video games.
no,
I don't care.
no, I know. People die doing all sorts of stuff, like walking under coconuts. Like, there are so many people on this planet.
Today I'm going to do it.
I'm just saying, this whole world is a bunch of chaos and atoms mashing against each other. Something's gonna happen to somebody, and it's gonna be like there's more of a chance of you getting hit by a coconut or eaten by like a shark with wings than winning the
Cool.
lottery.
There's zero chance of you getting eaten by a shark with wings.
Because they don't have wings.
I wouldn't say
don't
zero.
know about atoms. They're atoms smashing together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mark my words, we will have
I
a
mean,
flying
yeah,
shark.
but that has no bearing on my decision on whether or not to buy it. Right now, it's a financial decision. I didn't buy an iPhone when an iPhone first came out.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, like,
Never be a first adopter.
yeah, kind of. I mean,
Says the
I think
PC
you can do
guy.
it. If you have money, be a first adopter all day.
Yeah.
Do it, please.
Like
Because then
Star
you get
Citizen.
to experiment, so that way I get the next version that's
Yeah.
much better. But, like...
Thank you, Tom Hanks, for trying electric cars in 1992.
Yeah. But that's the kind of thing too. Like I think,
all thank
like
Tom
we were
Hanks.
talking about it.
What?
I think Teslas are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I would love to have one. Can't afford one.
Yeah.
but
But that
yeah.
Chevy Volt, baby. Oh yeah.
No,
Give
it's
me
not
that.
gonna work.
Fig or whatever. What's that? What's that?
The Leaf.
The Leaf. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should be clear, by the way, that we are playing Windlands, just for everybody that's listening and not
Yeah.
watching.
I wouldn't call this playing. I would call this like futilely flailing
Well,
about
it's a
the
VR
map.
game.
Well,
That's
yeah.
what
The
I'm
reason
saying.
the reason I called it up is because it is the most recent Oculus Rift game that it's supported by Oculus Rift in it. I mean, like
press that
it's
button.
pretty cool.
Does it work with
The
HTC
yellow
Vive?
button. The yellow button.
It does. It does
Okay.
actually work
Press the
with
yellow
them.
button.
Press the yellow
I don't know how
button.
you
I
press.
don't know, but you hit another one. Just step on it.
You know, he tried that earlier. Didn't work.
Yeah, he was trying that.
Yeah, it's
So anyway, basically, right now, I think there's a list of Vive supported games and PlayStation VR supported games right now, but we have the best supported games for Oculus. Oculus has the most announced. I'll go through the list
All right.
of video games to try and convince all three of you to buy the Oculus
Overwatch?
Rift.
Is Overwatch supported?
No. These are just ones that I'm picking out because the rest of them I don't even recognize. So, 7 Days to Die, Alien Isolation, Adrift might be cool.
oh, that's the one you're like lost. It looks like
the space
Gravity,
one.
right?
That's the space one, yeah.
that one looks
Among
crazy.
the Sleep.
That's the baby one.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
over there.
None of those are good. Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2.
Really?
Wow.
Sure.
That's weird. That's supposed to work.
You watch someone else playing it.
Let's see here. Oh, Dark. Dark is in there. Daylight is in there.
Daylight could be cool.
Daisy Standalone. That'd be cool.
come out.
Let's see here. Dirt Rally. Doom 3.
This is exactly what it was like during like early phases of other gaming.
Dying Light.
There's something.
Elite Dangerous, which James and I have played. Euro Truck Simulator 2.
The Valkyrie game too, right?
Eve Valkyrie. Yep, that's
Yeah,
the next one. EverQuest Next.
Okay. Oh god, that's
You guys
a
excited
game.
about that? The Forest. Whatever.
We played the Forest.
That's true. Half-Life Source, Half-Life 2, Hawken.
Half-Life.
No, just Half-Life 2.
Oh.
Hawken.
And
Hawken. Wow.
is that game still supported?
Yeah, there you go. Il-2 Sturmovik, Battle of Stalingrad. You like that
Yeah.
one? Interstellar Marines? I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's like a Unity game. Yeah.
I
I think we played it. Yeah.
Minecraft.
Here we go.
Minecraft is probably going to be the killer app for a lot of people. Oh boy, there's nothing good.
I
in
mean,
here.
What about
there's-
Windlands?
we're already
What's that
doing,
Windlands?
Hold on, we're already doing better than we were doing for motion controls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're doing, it used to be like zoo animals.
Project Cars is in there.
The through line with all these games that Bruce is mentioning though is they can I think they will be or they can currently be played with just a mouse and keyboard or a
Correct.
controller.
Yeah.
Yes. yeah.
So what for the thing that make VR really kick off
I wasn't
is
done.
Oh, you're not done?
No, I still have. There are
Really
like
rude of Adam to interrupt.
there are hundreds of games.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bruce reading off the list is good content.
I'm sorry. I'm almost there. I'm just trying to get through the big ones. RuneScape.
RuneScape.
Shufflepuck Cantina VR.
Oh, there. I'm in.
Space Hulk. Oh boy. Star Citizen. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Strike Suit Zero. Super Mega Mega. Team Fortress 2. The Long Dark. Trackmania 2? That'd be cool. Unreal Tournament. Vendetta Online. War
So,
Thunder,
and other games, right?
The Witness, Windlands,
Starring
Zombies on the Holodeck.
Other
Oh,
games.
I'm done. We're done. We're
Okay.
done.
I was just gonna say we're gonna have to wait for that one game. That's like the one game where someone's like, you have to play this with VR.
Yep.
Also, by the way,
We're not there yet.
You didn't mention any porn games, which
Well, there's
are
gonna be
probably
tons.
also on the list.
Yeah, there's gonna be tons of those.
Speaking of addiction,
But I mean, like, there's no killer apps in there. Like, there's really nothing that says
No.
you need to buy the Vive or you need to buy the Rift. And we've been saying for years and years that Valve, if they had been developing Half-Life 3, which they weren't, but if they had been, or Portal or something, that they should have released it with the Vive, and then that would have made everybody buy the Vive.
I'd have thought about that the other day actually, where people were saying like, because the thing that story came out where Mark Laidlaw left,
Yeah.
and so everyone's like, oh, I guess they aren't making Half-Life, and what's his name, Chet is working on Psychonauts 2, and
Yeah.
that was very obvious.
And Eric, yeah.
Or sorry, Eric Warpaw, yeah.
There's also the chat too.
And then Chet's probably just like on a beach somewhere, like fuck it, I'm rich. Hopefully,
He's,
I hope
he's probably writing like lots of different copy for all the other different.
in his Tesla.
Maybe.
Hopefully, I hope he's doing well because he's a good writer. Point just saying like there are people saying I still see the comment pop up with like why wouldn't Valve make Half-Life 3? It's just like
Yeah, it's
it
not.
still comes up where it's like, look, I wish they would, but I did have a thought where I'm like, well, you know what, they might still be working on something, and if I was Valve at this point and I wanted to like creatively challenge myself, it would be kind of fucking cool if they redid Half-Life, like they started from the beginning with VR in mind. So like maybe you play as a scientist trying to escape Black Mesa.
Yeah.
Like you just see it from different perspectives. And then that could build up to them going, you know what, maybe we could close out Half-Life, but we do it the way we want to do it. So there is still hope, but I don't think it's going to be the game you think you want.
Yeah.
yet.
Well, people forget about Portal too.
Yeah, no, right, exactly.
One of their
Yeah.
hugely successful, critically acclaimed games that, like, they are integrating in some ways into VR because
We've already seen a demo.
We've seen it, yeah.
So like, they do have stuff. They have IPs that are, I mean, no offense to people who love it, somehow a little bit more relevant than Half-Life is in this day and age.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not like they probably will do something like that. It just doesn't have to be Half-Life.
Similar like what we were saying about Bruce doing the demo disc songs. It's like, creatively, Valve should just do whatever the hell they want.
And that's what they're doing.
Yeah, well, that is what they're doing. And what they want to do is make hats.
Well, and like, I don't know if they're.
I'm sorry, make money is what I meant to
Yeah.
say.
I mean, it would be pretty crazy. I doubt they're doing this, but it'd be pretty crazy if they're working on Counter-Strike for VR. That's something I never think about because I
so
think of first.
competitive.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Precise.
I feel like you need a different angle on something, and right now VR is so kind of slow until people have those treadmills in the omnidirectional treadmills in their house. I don't know if you could
So, yeah.
do it, but I like where your head's at.
But see, I was gonna see if that's a way to challenge yourself, right? Because we know, Portal's a single player campaign game. You can sort of play through it at your own pace, and eventually, if VR takes off, then we are all going to be playing pretty much every video game in VR, and there will be competitive shooters in VR.
Yeah.
That will happen.
Man,
Just like Gamer. Remember that movie starring Gerard
I was
Butler?
waiting for someone
Yeah.
to say gamer.
Of course I remember that.
Also,
movie that
Michael
I
C.
saw
Hall.
in the theaters.
Don't they do a jai-ho like at the end? Like they do like a little dance off?
I don't know.
All I remember is that the kid's mom is a prostitute.
Oh, God, such a good movie.
Did you see it?
No.
Oh, I didn't see that. No way.
I saw the Frankie Muniz one, the horror game one.
What?
Yeah. There was like Frankie
Oh.
Muniz
Fat Liar?
gets sucked into like a horror game.
Agent
or something.
Cordy Banks.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll look at. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. It
It's
was
called like Respawn or something like
something
that.
like that. And I feel like there was another major actress in it. Who cares? Let's stop talking about it.
It's actually really unfortunate that Lawrence isn't here because I believe he would have a lot of different perspectives.
Erections? Oh.
Well, but because he is all in on this shit. Like
Yeah, of
he is
course.
like super stoked.
He hates humanity.
He hates humanity, and also he loves cyberpunk. So he thinks that once he buys this VR headset, it's going to change his life forever, and it's not. But he thinks that it
Cyberpunk
will.
Messiah.
It's called Stay Alive, starring Frankie Muniz.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw it on
That's the-
TNT or something one night.
Nice.
I don't think
I
I've
believe
ever
it was TNT.
I don't think, thinking of it now, I don't think I've ever seen anything in its entirety that Frankie Muniz has been involved in.
No, not
'Cause
even
I
Malcolm-
never watched Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, that's a good show. actually.
I never watched Malcolm in the Middle, and then of course all of his movies. I missed the Agent Cody Banks franchise.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm a James Bond man. But
Well, see, that's
The
kind
world
of
falls
cool.
in two categories, James.
So, James, you'd be the perfect candidate to be like Frankie Muniz's like hype man or like best
Should I
friend.
be honest with him?
Yeah, you'd be like, Frankie, I've never seen a thing you've done. You'd be like, great, let's get in my Porsche and go for a race.
Go for a race.
He
You guys-
professionally
your
races.
feet-
I
Reach
saw
the pedals?
I saw the punked.
He's an adult.
I saw the punked.
stumpy adult.
He's like Webster.
I saw the
He's-
punked video where he got really upset when the valet like did something with his car.
Oh, really?
And he was a real asshole. So I've seen that.
I didn't know that
Nice.
happened.
Like I said, you'd be the best hype
Yeah.
man. Frankie, let's be real. You look like an asshole in that episode of Punked from 12
Frankie,
years
let's
ago.
be real. You look like an asshole. Period.
He called me, "Hey, you want to hang out, hype man?" I'm busy. No, thanks.
So it sounds like nobody's buying VR
This year.
this year.
Expensive.
It's really,
expensive
really
and
fucking
it's
expensive.
risky.
Go to the
It's
mall
not-
and
they're not
try it
ready
out.
for us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
not ready for us.
They're not ready for us.
Let's
Wait,
bring our
nice,
arcades
though.
back.
Not ready for you?
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Spider-Man.
Adam.
There's also certain kinds of games that like I'm into. I don't know that are necessarily going to be supreme candidates for VR.
Right,
either.
well, they're all like this. They're all
Yeah.
these experiential, like, run around and like, stare at things.
Yeah.
Which I don't necessarily... I don't know. Again, I feel like if somebody should be challenging themselves with these video games rather than
Well,
like, oh, you could stare at things.
When we went to
poor
when we went to
developer.
Valve,
Well, this is an indie game. So.
I know, but when we went to Valve, like one of the things they told us was that like, oh, we got shit that would break your mind.
Oh yeah, that's what I want.
We can't
Yeah.
even show it to you because like people go crazy when they go into the VR space and play these god machines. And I was like, well, that's what I want to play.
Give me that.
Yeah.
Where's that?
Yeah, where is that? What is that?
Break my brain. Break my brain.
Please.
Yeah, no, I would really like to try that. That
I
sounds
want to
amazing.
take the thing off and just have slobber running down my mouth
Well,
and my pupils are dilated.
There's also things, and this is kind of the same with television too, because there's stuff that like you watch to like get fucking engaged.
Yep.
I mean, we all saw Revenant.
Yes.
No, but
Yeah.
go
Oh, you
ahead.
haven't seen it?
No, it's okay.
Hey, it's not a spoiler or anything, but Revenant is the kind of movie. I finished it and I was like, well, I'm never gonna watch that again probably. But man, did I have a time watching it! Like,
Yeah.
boy, did I have a experience, like a visceral, emotional experience watching it. And so, I don't think that there are going to be any VR things that are going to do that. They're all kind of going to be Jessica Jones or whatever
Yeah.
show that people just want. They're going to be like celebrity cook-off or whatever. Like they're all going to be things that are just on to kind of like take you out of it,
Yeah.
unwind you after the day, and then that's going to be it.
And the
Like,
I
jerk-
totally disagree.
Really?
I think
give me an example.
Well, I think that's the problem is that like it's hard to see now because the technology and what technology is making is still in its infancy, right?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, so what you're saying is you don't think there's ever going to be an experience.
I didn't say ever. I said that's why I'm not
We're-
going to be an early adopter because there's nothing.
We're building towards that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing now. It's all stuff like
Yes,
this,
yes,
which is
yes.
cool. What a fun little thing. Kind of like, I mean, I never play my Wii or Wii U because most of the games that first came out for it were all kind of, hey,
Tennis.
it's fun. Two
Yeah.
people are like, two of my friends are over. Let's do tennis or
Right.
let's do, Haunted Mansion, like Luigi's Mansion mini games
Well,
and stuff
it's
like
these,
that.
these are the early stages of.
Yeah.
If you've ever read the book Ready Player One, which I don't recommend you do because it's not very good. Have you read it?
No, but
Listen,
It's
I
a-
go
it's a-
back at him
it's a-
on this
it's
one.
a
I
neat-
have read it.
I'm not saying it's good or bad, but I guarantee you
It's a very popular book, but Funhaus isn't afraid to take down the big guy.
No, it's. I'm saying like there are definitely
That
parts.
Will Wheaton.
There are definitely. Oh god! And I did the Audible thing where it's like half on tape, half not. I was like, man, this guy reading it is like doing a really weird job. And then I was like, oh, it's Will Wheaton. Yeah. Well, because there's a part where Will Wheaton's in it, and you hear the
He
inflection.
slammed his faceplate down, and
Well,
then
no,
he
no,
was
no.
in the net.
His place plate.
For those who don't know, Ready
even
Player
read.
One's like in the future where everyone's in VR and it's called the Oasis, which is like cool idea and it's great. The execution of the book is not so great. And then Will Wheaton reading it.
Faceplate.
Yeah, and there's a part where he's like, and Will Wheaton was running for president and he was a cool guy. And I'm just like, oh.
Speaking of Will Wheaton, who plays video games on gaming
God.
PCs.
Nice. I can't wait
Natural
to hear
is-
it.
Let's
Lawrence,
talk about.
are you here?
Let's talk about Lenovo. Thank you for your comments on Mission 1. The developers at Dark Rift are loving your involvement in bringing this game to life, but they want to challenge you to keep going. So what we're talking about is hashtag GameState, LenovoGameState.com, where you can be part of the development process of this video game called Dark Rift. And again, thank you for your comments on Mission 1. You really helped us out, I guess, revising Dark Rift or making it better even.
Notes on.
Yeah, giving notes on Dark Rift. For those of you who have not signed up yet, visit LenovoGameState.com today and sign up to join the ultimate indie game build. Now it's time for Mission 2. Click on the Mission 2 Defend Your Territory tile to check out exclusive fly-through footage featuring different levels in the game. Tell us your thoughts and offer suggestions by leaving your comments below on the Mission 2 Defend Your Territory tile. Once you left your comments, click on the share buttons and follow all game state updates on @Lenovo Gaming. So again, we've been able to actually talk to the Dark Rift guys that are developing this video game at LenovoGameState.com. And they're super cool dudes.
Yeah.
And
the game still doesn't even have a name, which is kind of cool too. So
yeah, that's true. There's just the developers called Dark Rift, right? And they're making a basically tower defense game.
Yeah.
And they need our comments, meaning you guys that are listening and watching.
It's a very early development.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's really, really cool. Also, I should mention that they are developing on Lenovo Y-Series computers. Again, LenovoGameState.com. It's #GameState. So thank you again, Lenovo. And we're going to be meeting up with those guys, I believe, in Australia in a week.
Yeah.
See them
This isn't really part of the ad read or anything,
Yeah.
but they did give us one of those Y-Series laptops, and I used it over the break.
That's right.
Stole it, is what you did.
I kind of stole it.
It came into the office and you immediately took it.
I immediately took it because I kind of wanted it. I think I'm taking.
And then
it
you
with
got
us.
defensive when I was like, can you bring it back into the office? You're like, no!
There's plenty of laptops. Use those ones. I do kind of, well, the thing is, it's a very lightweight laptop, and I bought what is it? The original, not the original,
It's a
but
sore
the
spot for all of us here.
Sorry. I'm just saying, it's a good laptop. I was playing.
No, I have no idea. Can't comment. Can't comment.
You have a PC. chill.
My friend Adam tells me that he loves his.
I just wanted to put it out there.
It's an eminently stealable laptop. We agree.
You can just take it from anyone's desk and run Tomb Raider on there. The was it 2012 version or whatever it was, 2011, whatever. It was on sale on Steam, and it ran that game at 60 frames a second, 1080p. And I was
wow.
like
That's
very
pretty good.
surprised, and I plugged it into my TV with the HDMI cable, and I was just like, okay, played it like a console. It was fucking great. So
You're gonna have a really fun 15-hour flight to Australia.
here's the
Hey,
thing.
enjoy the Crudes too.
No.
Back in the Crude.
I wish.
There is a Crudes animated series you can watch now.
But it's on
yeah.
Netflix. You can't download it. It's on Netflix.
that's right.
Well, you don't know.
I know that. I know there's a crude.
Either way, you guys are gonna have a blast watching me play Metal Gear
boy.
on my Lenovo laptop.
So Adam stole it, bottom line. So we're moving on to the next story. Actually, Ashley from The Know just discovered this story today. And basically what the story is about is the fact that movie sales and ticket sales are going up. And therefore,
You're welcome.
pirates are saying that piracy is having no effect on sales.
Who speaks for the pirates?
Apparently, lots of other pirates.
Some
The
14
sales are the same.
some 14-year-old kid without an allowance.
So the
The sales be raising.
domestic box office achieved an all-time high in 2015 of more than $11 billion in revenue. It's up 9% from 2014. Worldwide, the total came out to $38 billion, another record
damn.
for the movie industry.
Sure.
And so a lot of people are saying, oh, well, that's because ticket prices went up, ticket prices went
Inflation
up.
and
Ticket sales data shows a 6.2% rise in the number of tickets sold in 2015. So that actually went up 6% just in terms of tickets sold. So a chart of ticket sales from 1995 now shows that hard ticket sales did peak around 2002 to 2003, have seen a bit of decline, but mostly they've been pretty consistent. So, so like, again, pirates are like, see, piracy has no effect.
Once again, who's speaking for these
This
people?
is really dumb.
Why is that?
Because it's just such a dumb qualifier. Just if you want to steal shit, just justify it in your own mind
Yeah.
that you're a good person and you're not, and stealing doesn't matter, right? You don't need to make a press release that says, "See, my being
Illegal.
doing something illegal, because it is. Whether or not you choose to do it, whether or not I choose to do it, I will at least admit that it is illegal.
It is illegal.
right? It's not improving the world. I would say these numbers are a better reflection on the fact that we've shifted culturally to be a media consumption type world. When you have iTunes, when you have Google Play, when you have huge billboards, when you have the largest media events of all time being video games and movies, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
They're going to sell more. No shit,
Well,
the numbers are going to go up. But
and
that
also-
also means that there's going to be more people who are pirating.
Also,
But-
I would argue.
But pirating didn't go up. That's sort of the argument.
Yeah.
The argument is the fact that
And-
regardless of whether or not there's more pirating, there's still the sales are up.
How do
And
we
I
know
think it's
pirating
because-
didn't go up?
Well, I mean, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. The sales are still going up. So yes, pirating could have gone up,
Yeah, pirating's probably going up with it.
but it's not affecting sales.
But it's not just a cultural shift in terms of the media landscape, because I think you're right. Like, we are consuming more media than we've ever consumed before. But I think it's more a reflection of honestly the studios recognizing that ticket sales were going down, and how do we counteract that? We make movies that people want to see in theaters, and then the smaller movies like the Whiplashes and the Trumbos and the Joel and Ethan Coen movies, those are gonna like have shorter release windows so that they come out on home video earlier. But Star Wars is still at the Chinese IMAX theater in LA. Like that's the longest running IMAX.
It's only been on for like 3 weeks.
That's so long at that theater.
For that theater?
Yeah, I mean, when we were kids, Jurassic Park came out, and that was in theaters for about 9 months.
Yeah.
Titanic was out for it was in theaters for like a year and a half.
Yeah, I mean it was, but I mean again, those are
different times. That was before home video and piracy. Piracy was always
those are these types of movies that I'm saying though, is that like now studios like the Marvel movies, and I mean even shit like The Martian is made to be watched. The Martian, which could have been a small budget movie, it didn't have to be like a massive spectacular.
I liked it though. I liked that it was huge.
But that's what I'm saying. I like The Martian, and
the movie where the guy was on Mars didn't have to cost a lot of money.
Or Gravity.
No, it really didn't.
I
mean, they could have shot it. It could have been a play,
Yeah.
basically. But like
They
the
could have omitted the whole
design
Ares
and the spectacle
people.
that they put into it
Absolutely.
was a conscious decision that they made.
I liked it.
And because of that, people like I want to see that movie in theaters.
Yeah.
I want to go to a theater, and I think that people are. I think in general that's reflected with this information. At least.
I think the key is don't be naive. All right, you as a pirate, me as a pirate, whatever. Sometimes you put in a lot of work to figuring out how to crack software or find the movie of a high quality that you want to see. Sometimes you put in a lot of work. The guy who initially got it and then uploaded it secretly from a VPN or whatever,
In the
like
Philippines.
like he's putting in a lot of work to make sure that his pirated content can get downloaded and get shared and can get acquired, and you did a lot of work to get it. It's silly to assume that the studios, with billions of dollars at their disposal, aren't doing basically the same kind of calculation to combat that piracy. It isn't always DRM, right? It's exactly what Joel's talking about. It's figuring out the kind of movies, the marketing to make it be like, this is an event. If you aren't in the theaters for this event, to be a part of it,
You'll have missed out forever.
You'll have missed out. Like we like just
Pre-selling tickets to Star Wars.
Yeah.
There's certain movies
like
that
that.
some of us see in theaters and others of us just like watch at home or whatever. Like to me, if you are just gonna see Mad Max Fury Road for the first time at home on like a
it's like 60-inch.
60-inch TV is still pretty
big.
nice.
No, I know.
Let's
That's
say-
why I said it though.
Yeah, let's say a 40-inch TV with an okay soundbar or whatever, right? I don't think you're going to necessarily have the experience that I had seeing it in theaters.
You don't need to say I don't think. They're not going to.
They're not going
It
to.
turns out they're not going to.
I'm just accounting for personal taste, personal numbness.
Well, no, sure. There's all of that, but they're not going to. But objectively, they're not going to have the same experience.
So it's foolish to assume that this is just listen, people are still buying it or people aren't still buying it. The studios have made a calculated decision to get people riled up for this, to make content that needs to be ingested this way, and that's probably a stronger combating of piracy than DRM or anything like that gets in the way. But
and also makes people hate you.
Let me be a counterpoint to this, though. And the reason I say this is sort of like, if I wanted to, I guess, pull apart this argument of piracy versus sales, this is one other way that pirates can then say, like, because they have the whole "it's not illegal to download a car" type thing, or it's illegal to download a car. Whatever the fucking slogan is.
I gotcha.
Download a car.
That's what it is.
You're stealing zeros and
you
ones.
wouldn't download a car.
Right.
Yeah. That eliminates this part of the argument. So pirates are correct. They are correct. Now, the only thing that they would have to prove is that movie studios would have to prove that the growth wasn't as much if there had been no piracy. Now, I think that's impossible to prove.
Yeah.
But there is still the fact that movie executives and like all these fucking rich dudes that nobody likes are saying like, well, we're not getting our money. They're like, well, first of all, you're all fucking rich.
Yeah.
And second of all, sales are going up.
Yeah.
So it does eliminate that part of the argument. Now, I'm not saying it's not illegal, but it was illegal to revolt against the British in 1776. But we did it anyway.
Yeah.
But we did it anyway.
So I guess my big takeaway, my big point is we're all douches. All right? We're all douchebags who mostly only think of ourselves.
Right.
And if you can just stop and you can take a minute and you can go, I'm going to download this movie. I don't want to go to the theaters. I don't want to pay $15 for it. I don't want to pay for parking. I don't want to do all this stuff. I just want to watch it at home so that way I can talk about it with my friends. I get it. But just stop and go, I'm a douche.
Yeah.
I'm a douche for doing that. If you
Our
are a studio...
founding fathers said, basically, like, we're douches. Sorry, but, like, it's more important for us to be douches right now than it is for us to be law-abiding, like,
That's
British citizens.
Totally justified. And if you are a studio executive who says, fuck these pirates, let's make these movies bigger and harder to download, that's fine. Totally do that. Make your money. You're a douche.
Let's also make clear that I'm not comparing movie pirators to our founding fathers who fought for liberty.
No, and that's sort of the thing that I'm getting at here, is that this argument itself is important, but not that important.
And it's not new.
And it's not new.
Yeah,
and it's been happening for years and years. And it, by the way, will happen forever, for as long as humans exist.
I know what James is saying too. Is like at the same time, it's like just stop trying to justify it and act like you're a patriot. Like you're waving this flag of freedom. Of like, well, the students like just admit you wouldn't pay for this movie regardless. You'd go to a friend's house. You'd sneak into a movie theater. Something. You have this different mindset where you're like, I can't afford this. I can't pay for it. Just don't go out there and be like, I deserve this piece of content for free. It's like, well, no, you don't deserve it. Like. Because someone made this,
Also,
and it costs costs money to make,
and time and effort.
Also,
and this is how people have jobs. Like
I was gonna say,
know.
that's another thing too. You know, we can talk about the studio executive who is super rich, right? Who lives in a mansion in Beverly Hills or whatever, and has 3 mistresses or whatever, right? The douche. But there's also other people.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah,
that get a piece
They're
of that.
making a living.
That the dude who did the matte paintings in the background of 300 Rise of an Empire or something, right? May lose his job.
Yeah.
Like he may because the movie the effects company isn't going to get a big enough payout, or they're not going to be able to argue for enough money. This cog in the wheel is going to lose his job, not necessarily because of your piracy.
Right.
But maybe because it wasn't making enough money as they wanted it to, because some douche said, we're going to make it cost more, or some douche said, I'm going to download it.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just a lot of factors. So to say I'm the good guy or I'm the bad guy is naive in every single human situation. Mm-hmm. Every single human situation.
Oh, everyone's unique, everyone's different, and everyone has a different situation. So
Yes.
there's some people who are like poor college kids, and they college campuses are rampant with piracy, and it's totally understandable. And it's like, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's like, I get it. Everyone's different. Everyone has their own reasons. It's just don't go out there and try to act like you're Rosa Parks. Like it's.
Oh no, Adam!
Hey,
What?
Oh, good.
I'm gonna say something. It's not controversial, really. It's true. But Rosa Parks, that wasn't the first time she got on the bus and did that.
Mm-hmm. And
She was part of an organization. It was a protest.
Yeah.
And
It was planned.
She planned to get on the bus to instigate it to open up that conversation. So obviously she was doing a good thing, for the greater good. But she was doing kind of piracy, kind of like a weird kind of.
Sure.
It was a calculated decision,
Well, it was also organized, and I guess you know what, pirates would argue that they are organized.
I know.
They would.
And so actually, yeah,
But-
honestly, if you've ever gone to a website with torrents or anything like that, sometimes they're more organized than websites where you can legally buy something.
It's
like
true.
what is it? We had that issue with the game Soldier of Fortune. We were
yeah.
trying to
That's
download
right.
it.
Yeah.
We wanted to pay for it. It was easier to just type in Google free download of
Yeah.
Soldier of Fortune
Than it was to get it.
Yeah, so it's like sometimes I totally get it. That at the same time, I was just my final thoughts real quick.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
saying, support what you like. That's it. It's
Well, I do want to be clear that,
vote with your wallet.
I don't think any of us. I agree with you. Obviously, I agree with you. And I'm again. I use this example all the time. I'm somebody who paid to see Muppets from Space 3 times in theaters just because I wanted another Muppet movie.
That will help it.
But it was the moral thing. That was the only moral thing that I could do to make another Muppet movie. But I don't think any of us are against the free flow of ideas and the creative exchange that happens on online.
Oh, fucker.
Which is a lot.
Fucking game.
Yeah, that sucks. Which is a lot of times what you hear pirates justifying is that we just want to get ideas out there so people can be influenced by them and art's out there and whatever. And I don't know. I think that's a justification of something that you've done because you want to see a movie for free. I think there's ways to advance the flow of ideas online for free without basically taking away a key grip's income potentially.
Right.
Hold on. We're playing this game, Windlands. Adam, how did you just discover that there's a second whip?
I didn't know either.
I thought it was just because the thing was I right clicked the first time, that came out. Left click the second time, that came out. I didn't really notice they were coming from two different
I didn't know
areas.
that either.
Yeah.
A lot of people liken this to Attack on Titan. So
I wish you would have told me that.
I
now
know.
I'm playing it like Attack on Titan.
Since
not like
you were
that.
doing the one whip, I've been thinking, oh, it's Attack on Titan.
I thought it was Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Speaking of Spider-Man and the underwear that he wears, I don't know, I'm not sure. Let's talk about Mac Weldon underwear.
Oh.
Mac Weldon is better than whatever you're wearing right now.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. I'm wearing Mac Weldon.
I am too.
Ha!
Me
It
too.
is.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Are we all
but
doing
it?
it?
Is.
Mac
Oh,
Weldon.
James is not.
I'm not wearing it, but I can confirm that it is better than what I'm wearing.
It's true. Mac Weldon believes in smart design, premium fabrics, and simple shopping. Actually, we all did the shopping experience on their website, and it was really,
We
really
didn't pirate
easy.
their underwear.
We didn't pirate their underwear. No, not at all. All of their products are naturally antimicrobial. Lawrence says, which means they eliminate odor. And they don't eliminate my odor, but that's probably my problem.
Yeah.
I
I was gonna
think.
say maybe it's you.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely me.
It's not the underwear.
I think
it's
they're
not the
pretty
underwear.
proud of the job that they have done.
Yeah, I would say they probably lessen my odor. They want you to be comfortable, so if you don't like your first pair, you can keep it, and they will still refund you, no questions asked. Not only does Mac Weldon's underwear, socks, and shirts look good, I got complimented on the Mac Weldon V-neck that I was wearing over the weekend.
Really?
Somebody was like, "You should wear a V-neck more
Nice.
often."
Was it a pretty lady or man?
It might have been a man.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You're not sure,
That's the ultimate compliment.
No, it was a lady. It was a lady. I was a lady.
but it couldn't have been a
Pretty lady.
because you weren't sure.
Adam's been given too much power.
They perform well too, which means it's good for working out,
Yep.
going to work, going out on dates.
Yep.
Just
Stay
with that
cool
man.
under pressure.
Just like when I went on a date with that guy, just everyday life. So go to macweldon.com and get 20% off using promo code SOUP.
It's so soft.
SOUP.
It's caressing my buttocks right now.
What are you doing to yourself?
I'm feeling the underwear. Really good.
Go to macweldon.com, 20% off using the promo code SOUP. Thank you, Mac Weldon.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Very much. You know what?
Also, they make nice socks, which I'm also wearing.
Are you wearing their socks too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
There.
their
I
socks
didn't
too.
get their socks. Oh, fuck.
Check out these socks.
They're
I
one
got-
size fits all.
Oh yeah, I love those. I've got
that's
those
what I
too.
was
those
thinking
are
about getting
cool.
those.
Stripy ones.
I
Yeah.
was thinking about getting those.
Yeah, they're really comfy.
Yeah, I like the Mac.
I haven't washed these things for like a week. They're great.
Oh.
I didn't get
But they smell good.
They're like the socks aren't antimicrobial.
What? I don't sweat that bad.
So now this is the part of Dude Soup when I open it up to anything at all, because I would just like, I don't really have any more topics.
At this point, when people are watching this, I will or will have not gotten a part in Psychonauts 2.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live streams later. Today's Tuesday
I'm
when
supposed
we're
to find
recording.
out in like an hour.
Oh,
So,
shit.
How cool is that?
Um,
I saw your audition video, by the way. It's really good.
What do you
Thank
think?
you.
What do you think your chances are?
Pretty good.
Wow.
I don't know. I
Humorous
don't.
is what they call that.
So you and I were talking about this at the Smite World Championships, which
Which we also went to.
we went
yeah,
to.
we
We talked
talked
about that a
about
little
that,
bit.
Yeah, exciting.
And the lotto.
But so Tim Schafer wrote you lines.
Yes.
yeah, were those
That's
written,
so
written by Tim
cool.
Schafer?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That is so cool.
So I mean, I think part of it is too because they are just trying to adhere to what we set up, which is I would be a toilet.
I know.
That-
Poor
And
Tim
it's
Schafer.
like, well, I don't know if there's gonna be a toilet in the game. And
That was
I
your
don't know
joke
how-
saying that
Yeah, I don't
you
know.
would be anything in the game,
I
even
don't-
a toilet.
I don't know how far along he is with actually writing it, though. He did a Reddit AMA.
You were the top question, by
Just
the way.
the other day. Was I?
Yeah.
You're the second.
Oh.
Was it the second one?
Second.
Mine was the way it sort of is. It was the first one people asking about you being the voice actor.
Wow.
But
I'm really excited for you.
thank
Yeah.
you. But what I was excited for, but I didn't notice that because what I was excited for is he revealed the plot for it. I was like, oh!
What's the plot?
Yeah, what is the plot?
I mean, do you guys know the plot of Psychonauts 1?
No.
So Psychonauts is like an organization, but it's like a spy organization where psychics battle, and they do like international espionage and stuff. But you don't see that. You're just a kid going to a summer camp, basically sneaking into a summer camp like Hogwarts style for these psychic people. So some of the agents will go there and they'll teach classes on how to be a psychic.
Oh.
Something goes haywire, there's like mischief, and someone's trying to sabotage the camp and like use the psychic power of the kids for evil, and that's basically the premise of the game. There's going to be that prequel, the Rhombus of Ruin, that's going to be a VR game, actually. And so the plot of that is that one of the main characters from the first game, her dad
made it.
is the head of, he's the Nick Fury of the Psychonauts.
Got it.
Cool.
Overwatch for Joel.
I'm following you.
And so, but he's missing. And I guess you resolve that in the VR game, but what the Psychonauts 2, according to Tim Schafer, is going to be about is that now the main character, the kid, who was the hero of the first game. Oh boy, that's delicious. The kid who was the hero of the first game now gets to go visit the headquarters of Psychonauts, the cool place where they do all the espionage, MI6 basically. Only something strange happened while the main leader was away, and the second in command has now like diverted resources and stuff.
Oh, it's like S.H.I.E.L.D.
Kind of, yeah.
Or
diverted
Overwatch.
resources to more unorthodox means.
Yeah.
And so other psychic, like frowned upon tactics like necromancy.
Cool.
And stuff that you're not
Ooh.
supposed to
Yeah.
use.
Wow.
And so
It's
now,
like Sith versus Jedi.
kind
Oh,
of,
in
you're
Overwatch.
basically, I mean, it's a pretty standard theme, story,
Yeah.
plot thing, but
Harry
now you're
Potter.
actually going to get to see the Psychonauts organization. You're going to be the kid investigating it, and it's going to be super cool. And he also has to figure out what it means to have a girlfriend.
What
is that like?
So I was talking to Dana last night.
Okay.
Because I told her I also watched your audition video.
Oh,
and
thank you.
It was good. And I was like, I was really excited for you and how cool it was that Tim Schafer like wrote you lines.
Yeah.
Is it weird, James, that your name comes up during sex?
And
It's not new. It's weird, but it's not new.
it made me realize something. Is that like I am giddily enthusiastic about a lot of things, but I don't share that enthusiasm in the same way that like Bruce does with Star Wars or that you do with Psychonauts, and it's really dumb of me not to do that. I need to be more excited and open about the things I love. So we're gonna have a show about light opera on Funhaus.
Oh,
damn
good.
it.
Going
Light
forward.
opera?
Yeah.
Sweet. Wait, is that like
comic light opera.
Is that light opera like like lamps and stuff? I don't know what light opera means.
He doesn't like hard opera.
But no, I mean it's really cool. Like I love Tim Schafer as well. I haven't played Psychonauts, but I like my like foundational Tim Schafer game was Monkey Island, and like it's so fucking good. It's like one of the things that like as a young kid developed my early sense of, like one of the things that built my sense of humor and everything. But I never talk about it in the same way, and I think that I don't know. I just need to be more enthusiastic.
Joel wants more
about
free
what I love.
stuff.
More
No, it's not about- It's not
childlike.
about having more stuff. It's about approaching life in a different way.
More childlike.
I mean, I'll tell you, one of the huge perks of this job is that there is a community of people that actually listen to the bullshit that we have to say, right?
Thank you, community.
And the community is large enough that through that bullshit, some people will go, I really like that too. That's really cool. Or I've never listened to light opera, listen or watch, or experienced light opera before. Maybe I should try it. And then they will, and then they'll let you know how much they enjoyed it too.
Or hated it.
And now it's like, boom! Like,
We got a thing!
That's a thing there. And then they're like, oh, hey, Joel, I just saw a subreddit post about more light opera. Someone posted a video or audio file.
Well, it was that thing where anytime Psychonauts was even breathed or like you just heard like a whisper of it, they'd be like, James!
Well, I was gonna say,
Every time it went on sale.
Speaking
Yeah.
of the community, you should probably, you should thank the community.
Absolutely,
Because
yeah.
they have raised so much awareness
Yes.
for you.
Thank you.
That and like honestly,
Double Fine couldn't ignore you.
They got you.
couldn't.
Yeah, no, they really couldn't. They got you the part. I mean,
Yeah.
like
Well, we don't know.
We don't
Yeah,
know. Well,
they
they got
got
the
I'm sorry,
audition.
they got him the audition.
And,
They got him the
and
audition.
this could just be one big thing. Double Fine hates fucking hearing about me so much that they're gonna find some way to ruin me, crush me.
They just want you to commit suicide.
So yeah, but
can
we'll
we
see.
crush you?
We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, that's really
but
cool.
it's pretty
Super
amazing.
cool. That's really cool.
Even just having the opportunity. I mean, like, it's the sort of thing where, like, my dream, my hope is that, like Daniel Craig, Blaine gets to be a stormtrooper in, like, one of the Star Wars movies, or be, like, a Jedi in the background that gets killed.
What the fuck about Bruce?
Are you joking?
First of all, Bruce is much older than Blaine.
I only say that
Which means
because
Bruce loves Star Wars longer.
It also means
but
that he
Blaine
wouldn't be
got
as good of a stormtrooper.
Blaine got
though.
fucked over on that
That's he wouldn't
prank.
shut up about how much he loves Star Wars.
Well, that's the whole point.
I don't like. Well, no, that's not the whole point. I love Star Wars so deeply. I don't know if you saw my tweet when I first sat down for that fucking movie, but it was one of the most heartfelt things I've ever said to anybody ever, and I fucking tweeted it.
I've got my popcorn.
So
Because I
allow
was
me
so excited about my
allow
movie.
me to finish my thought because there's only one example.
Blaine Stern.
My
Put it
hope,
in your mouth.
my hope, and my dream is that all of us get to one day do something that we're
Joel gets to be
if Joel could be in
in
a
light
Muppet movie,
opera.
how cool
Oh.
would that be? Joel like just fucking fingers the Muppet for like a half an hour, and then he's like, oh yeah, that one moment with Kermit, that was me.
But I don't want to take that away from Elise.
Yeah, that's Elise's. Elise really wants to meet the Muppets.
Can more than one person do the same thing?
Nope,
impossible.
There's only room for one.
No.
So Blaine gets to be in Star Wars.
Shit, Elise
Bruce,
gets to
what's
meet
your
a
second
Muppet.
favorite thing?
I don't know. I want to be in Jurassic Park 5.
No,
No,
good luck.
sorry, I can't
Oh,
do it.
maybe you'll get to make out with Ariana Grande.
That's weird.
Is Joel trying to take the Muppets from me?
No, Joel actually declined the Muppets
For you.
because he knew that you wanted to meet the Muppets.
God damn it, Joel! This is all I wanted.
You don't want to be on her bad side.
No.
Adam, what do you want?
Yeah, Adam, what
It's
do you
Christmas! It's Christmas!
This is stupid. If and when they ever make a good Halo movie,
Oh, yeah!
I want
I
to
want to be
be
a lacrosse player in the Halo movie.
I want to be a background, like I want to be one of the Marines or like ODSTs. Like that'd be
man.
fucking right.
Can you
Because then
imagine-
also, like, remember when Chris Pratt was in Zero Dark 30 for like 3 seconds?
Yeah.
And he got fucking ripped for it?
Yeah.
I would want to do that and be an ODST with a helmet on and you wouldn't even know it's me. But it'd be
Except
like,
that people would still find the screenshot and it'd be like you in mid-blink. Like, Adam, pause the new Halo movie at the wrong time. And it's your,
some guy posted that. So that's a thing we get from a lot of people. They always take screenshots of us, like when their thing buffers because their internet sucks or whatever. And they're always like, took the perfect screenshot. This is daily. Like we get this every day. Every one of us gets this. The one I saw today was one guy who said, don't sue me. I took this picture of you doing, I don't know why I would sue him. But at that point I was sort of like, well, I would sue you for not being original, I guess. I don't know.
wow. Anyway, I'd like
Because
to
you're
thank
just
the
copying
community
everybody.
Yeah,
for helping our dreams
He
come
just wanted
true.
to tell you how much he loves you, and he's watching the show.
Yeah.
It is
That was
a-
the guy who was going to make a petition for you to be in the new Halo movie.
Burn that
Maybe.
bridge.
Possibly, maybe. I love you guys, but I get it. We look funny. We look funny in certain frames. Like, okay, there you go. You got one. That's yours. You can have it.
My thing is, I used to be like, well, no, duh. You pause it, you're gonna look stupid. Now my new thing is, god damn it, 90% of the time I look like a retard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
so terrible.
Adam, you missed that jump again.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it.
No,
he's
he
got
didn't.
it. Adam's not. He's not trying.
No, that's true.
Would you like to play Windlands?
No,
absolutely
absolutely
not.
not.
Yeah, it's kind of fun actually.
Speaking of Windlands, Loot Crate. Yeah, it's a themed monthly goodie box with all sorts of pop culture. Lawrence said all sorts of pop culture / nerdy stuff in it. This month they're celebrating the return of the X-Files with an extraterrestrial theme featuring items from X-Files, Alien, Space Invaders, and The Fifth Element. The box also includes a contest-winning shirt and a plush doll they say is terrifyingly cute. That's just like Joel.
that means.
They also say the loot is out there, and then Lawrence says, "Ooh." That's X-Files, right?
Yeah.
Remember, you only have until the 19th, January 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific time to subscribe and receive that month's crate. And when the cutoff happens, that's it. It's over. Crate's gone. So go to lootcrate.com/dudesoup and enter code DUDESOUP to save $3 on your new subscription to Loot Crate today. So lootcrate.com/dudesoup, DUDESOUP, and enter code DUDESOUP, all one word, DUDESOUP, to save $3 on Loot Crate.
Also,
Great.
watch the X-Files because it's fucking amazing, and then try to explain the plot to me because it's really confusing.
Is the new one going to be any good? I don't know.
No, absolutely not.
You don't think so?
I mean, like, here's the thing. I think only 6 episodes?
Oh, that's it?
I think it's a miniseries. Actually, I'm wrong. The miniseries will be great.
Yeah.
If as long as they don't renew this thing into like a 20 episode X-Files season or whatever, because like it was just a Monster of the Week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was.
There we go.
It was Monster of the
careful
Week,
this
but
time.
they would have an overall plot thing, but you never knew when that overall plot would kick in.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like the
You know what
Monsters
it
of the
was?
Week way more.
It was like Assassin's Creed, where it was.
You're not playing.
It was like Assassin's Creed, where it was Monster of the Week with a through line plot, right?
I know.
But the Monster of the Week was always infinitely more interesting than the through line plot.
Yeah.
and also easier to follow.
Dumb bit of IMDb trivia for y'all.
Oh, I love those.
The creator of Breaking Bad essentially got his big break from doing X-Files.
Yeah.
Vince Gilligan?
Not
Vince Gilligan,
IMDb
yeah.
trivia. That's his credit.
That's his credit,
That's
yeah.
a career path.
But the
He was the guy from X Files when he started Breaking Bad.
well, there was an episode with Bryan Cranston in it where he plays a racist who has to be driven west. Otherwise, his brain will explode. There's this weird, like, government experiment thing they did with him, where it's like, the closer he is to this thing, his brain will just like he'll have an aneurysm, and so that was like Bryan Cranston meeting Vince Gilligan, sort of thing, and that's how Breaking Bad
Bryan
basically
Cranston
happened.
was the voice of a monster in a Power Rangers episode.
What is that more IMDb
Really?
trivia?
No.
Did Vince Gilligan, what did he do for X-Files?
He wrote.
He wrote
I
for
believe he was a writer. Yeah,
Okay.
writer,
Chris
possibly
Carter
producer.
was the series
Yeah.
creator.
Let's talk about SWC
Oh, so that's my
yeah.
before we run out of time.
I was gonna say, speaking of community people too. Thanks to everyone who came out.
Visited Joel Ruben and
Yeah.
John Reisinger.
CEO of Funhaus, John Reisinger.
Yeah. We did have a fan meet and greet. Thank you to everyone who showed up to that,
Thank you
waiting in line and letting us sign your Smite posters.
To Gabe and Chris and Trinkill over at High Res.
Yes.
We got cool tours. We got to see backstage. Man, that is a streamlined production.
It was real. It was like
It
it
was-
was fucking serious.
But it was like, we've been in enough things where it's like they're just spending money.
Yeah.
Like, why do we have this giant machine? There's a person here sitting doing nothing.
Right.
Like, we went backstage and it was like fucking streamlined.
Everyone was working.
Everyone was busting their ass, and
Wow.
it was like, this is exactly the amount of space we did. But then on the other side, it's this huge show. Like, the cool thing about it is I kept calling it Smite 4D, which, like, if you're into Smite, you know how the game goes. But this was obviously people on stage and then a giant screen and then other screens showing other information about the battle as it was going on. But the coolest part was if someone like took a tower or got like a first blood or took Phoenix or did any
Or
of the
Harpy
major
or whatever,
events, the whole arena would have a light synchronized
cool.
thing to that.
Yeah.
And so
It's like
like
these two giant LEDs.
Yeah.
yeah, that would like show the tower explode and stuff like that.
And the sound system was so good that it also like
shook you?
Yeah, shook you a little
it was
bit.
like that's what I think I said that I wanted like an Oculus game where you just play Smite, but the Oculus, the game itself is just you sitting on a stage looking at a desktop, but then that stuff happens anytime you do
Happens
things.
around you.
It was a really good production, and like we're not real. A lot of fans kept asking us, they're like, "Oh, you guys follow the professional scene?" We're like, "Absolutely not." Like
yeah.
we're not really big esports guys, but the event was so damn good that like we really enjoyed. And like Joel plays probably the least amount of Smite, and he was kind of on the edge of his seat. He was enjoying it.
I mean, it was really first of all, it was the funniest thing to me was when people be like, so yeah, all the pros have strategies and blah, and I was like, no, I understand esports. Like I actually followed League of Legends esports for a while, so I understand like MOBA, like
MOBA speak.
pro team strategies and like how they come together and like how they work. But
What about heroes?
there are no heroes pro teams, Sean.
Aw.
I know.
Someone's gonna lynch you for that.
But the only problem is like I don't play as much Smite as James or Adam. I hadn't played in a little bit, but I played a little bit in the week before. But I don't know all the gods super well, and so a lot of times watching them play, it's just like light and color in first person, and it's really third person. It's difficult to figure out like what's going on. But the overhead view that they've got of the game made things really clear, and the announcers were really good. I had a really good time.
And you guys hung out with like the creatures and who else?
Creatures, and Brett and Shibby from
Realm.
from
Yeah.
Mission Realm.
Danovic was supposed to go, and I guess he got stuck at CES.
Yeah, you got stuck at
That
CES.
sucks.
Ooh.
I saw some of my old Realm.
That's the one who got me into Smite.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was the first time I ever played. It was him, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why can't I aim up?" And then he's like, "It's a MOBA." Oh.
I saw some of my old Realm guys. I saw Sly Fox and Paperbat VG and, like I said, Trendkill and some other dudes.
You're just making up
And,
words.
It was fun. We had a good time.
All right, Adam. Here, this is it. This is the last one before we have to close this
All right,
podcast.
Adam, come on, Adam.
Oh, you missed it.
No!
Oh, no, jump back, go back.
The jumping off of physics is hard.
I know, it's really, really hard.
I
like that
like
Twitter
the
talk.
swinging part. I like the swinging. The Attack on Titan part's fun, but the fucking
The unorthodox shapes jumping to and from them.
yeah, like the wall because it's really floaty.
Yeah.
Like jumping is hard.
Can you do like an Attack on Titan where you can fire one out one side and another out the other side?
Yeah. You just have to do it. You have to aim it.
Oh yeah,
it's a tough game. But yeah, the Smite World Championship,
Well,
fucking awesome.
Did you guys enjoy it? Cumberland?
Cumberland,
Not-
Georgia.
Not Atlanta, but
As I kept pointing out, why would they name a city that sounds just like cumbersome?
Yeah, we didn't really do anything in the city other than
Hey, I went to a Waffle House.
we tried to find. Oh, we got to a sushi place and Joel gave us walking directions. At one point, it just put us on grass.
underneath the freeway.
Yeah, Georgia ain't good for walking.
We found a place called the Bando. Jordan from the Creatures took us there. Basically, it is an abandoned mall, a scary abandoned mall.
Cool.
It's like a ghost mall.
That's really cool.
Yeah, scary though.
It was fun.
Scary though.
But yeah, it was fun.
All right. Well, that's the end of Dude Soup.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks
Yeah,
for the
I'll-
bando.
Ooh, hero token.
Come on, get it.
I still haven't fucking played as a hero.
Oh, you just got one.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot.
Woo!
No one
three
picks
heroes.
Leia.
Woo!
I have yet to do this, by the way, in
It's
the
awesome.
game.
It's
I've yet to do it.
Awesome.
Have fun.
Plays the
Have fun
claymation.
moving
Well, why don't you
sex
just
doll.
crawl underneath the sandcrawler?
Because I don't know where they are.
You
Alright,
saw.
guys.
Because you know why? Because I'm running to the objective, not hiding under a sandcrawler. They never put them on the way to the objective.
Hey, Lawrence, you let the audio listeners know that we're playing Halo.
We're playing Battlefront.
Oh.
Yeah, we're playing Halo 5
Yeah.
and Luke Skywalker.
Hey everybody, I'm very happy to say that our movie Laser Team is headed to theaters this January. So head over to laserteamthemovie.com to see if it's playing in your city. If it is, buy a ticket. And if it's not, we've given you the ability to set up a screening in your town through a partnership with Tug. For more details on that, go to laserteamthemovie.com. Thanks, gorgeous.